Alrighty, everybody, welcome to the LTA show. I'm your host, Felix, and I've got a very special guest star. I got Daniel. Welcome back to the show, man. How are you doing?
I'm doing good. Thank you for having me.
Cool, cool.
Good to be
Last
back.
time, last time we did this was March, February, somewhere, or
I would say February, maybe
February.
late January. Yeah.
Yeah,
Enough time for us to talk about what's new.
yeah, that is true. Yeah, you had your birthday earlier.
Yeah,
Happy
we
birthday.
had that a few weeks ago.
Yeah,
And thank
yeah.
you. Yeah.
Spend some time for yourself. Yeah, I mean, a nice little special episode celebrating the 2-year anniversary. Thank you for taking time to join us and be a part of this.
Oh, of course. No, I'm happy to be here. 2 years is something to write home about. So congrats.
Thank you, thank you. I'm excited. I was telling Daniel, got something planned for him, something a little different. So I actually was doing a little bit of research and looked into some ice cream flavors, and I think you've recognized maybe a couple of them. Some of them
Okay.
I'm not too sure of. And I'm just going to give you the list of flavors, and you're going to basically list it from most popular to least popular, the top 10. And this one's actually from I think it's the International Dairy and what was it? International Dairy and something. International Dairy Foods Association. That's what it was. Alrighty.
Okay.
So there's top 10 favorite flavors, ice cream flavors. And the first, actually, you might have to make a list or write it down maybe somewhere. Do you have something to write on, or are you just going to go off the top of your head?
Uh, I do have something. I just got to move some stuff out of the way. But yes, I can write some notes here.
Okay. And then as you're ranking them, um, I'll probably ask you a little bit of some questions, maybe like, we'll just go from there. So you ready? I'm going to give you the top 10 flavors. Are you ready?
And just in random order.
Random order, and then you're gonna go off your own guess and what you think. 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way down to 10.
Let's do it.
Alrighty. So the first flavor we got is Neapolitan. We got,
Neapolitan.
yeah, Neapolitan, vanilla, cookies and cream, buttered pecan, cookie dough, strawberry, moose tracks, and chocolate. Is that 10 or did I miss one? I might have missed one.
We got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Two more.
Two more? Oh, wait, so I said vanilla, chocolate, cookies and cream, mint chocolate chip. Did you get that one?
Didn't.
And
So
then
one more. And
buttered
then
pecan. Did you get that one?
I did.
Chocolate chip cookie dough.
Yep. We got that down.
And then cookie dough,
Yep. I think that,
strawberry.
yep. Got them.
Did you get moose tracks
I did.
and Neapolitan?
Yes, sir.
So you got 10 on there?
I now have 10.
Sweet. So those have been, and this I think was a poll or no, I think it was based off sales. Um, Looking at it, and this was done in 2017. So the flavors could have changed now, but this was just based off past data.
Okay.
I mean, you know, hearing vanilla and chocolate, those are the two most common ones, at least growing up as kids. How would you rank it between those two?
Which is better between chocolate and vanilla?
Yeah, would you put chocolate over vanilla or vanilla over chocolate?
I love chocolate, but I'd have to say vanilla at least in the ice cream department, uh,
Okay,
beats that. So
okay.
I don't know. What do you like more?
I'd say probably vanilla. I don't know. I've had
There we
chocolate
go.
and I've had vanilla, but like I think I had more vanilla. And I don't know, just you know, I think it just tastes pretty good in like different combinations, like pie and cake. I
Right.
don't know. There's just like more
Yeah.
variety.
No, I agree. You can do a lot more with it than like chocolate ice cream is like good if you're just it's just ice cream.
Hmm.
Maybe you can put it in a couple ice cream cakes, but vanilla, you could put that shit anywhere. We could swear on this podcast, right?
Yeah, you can. Yeah, all
Okay.
good.
Sometimes I have trouble filtering what I say. So,
No, you're good. You're good.
all right, cool.
So you got vanilla over chocolate. How would you go with the rest of the options given?
Just trying to guess like the order of that poll they took. What's the most popular?
Hmm.
Okay. Do you want me to start with like what's least popular or like the
Yeah, yeah,
most?
yeah. Just go
Work
with the let's go with the
least
least
upward?
let's go with the least popular first and then go up.
Okay. Um, I'm gonna say, and just to clarify before we go here, there is both just regular cookie dough and also chocolate cookie dough.
Yeah, chocolate chip cookie dough.
Okay, we'll write that in. So I'm gonna say at the bottom is Neapolitan because I'm gonna be brutally honest. I have never heard of Neapolitan ice cream myself.
Hmm.
A little personal bias. So I'm just gonna infer that maybe some other people haven't heard about it, and therefore the sales aren't as high as your chocolate or vanilla.
Okay,
So I'll
okay,
throw that. That'll be number 10 on
okay.
the list. What else do we have here? We have some really good competitors, you know. So I'm gonna say butter pecan or butter pecan,
Okay, okay.
all 9. We'll do. I love this personally, but just because it's maybe not as mainstreamed, I'll say Moose Tracks is number 8. You know what Moose Tracks is, right?
I've actually never heard of it. This is the first time I've heard of it.
Really?
Yeah,
It's good. Do you like Reese's peanut butter cups?
yeah, yeah.
It has tiny Reese's peanut butter cups in it. It's vanilla ice cream overall, but they throw shards of like chocolate, like really thin shards of chocolate in there that kind of melt in your mouth type of thing. And then they
Oh,
throw miniature Reese's peanut butter cups into it. That's Moose Tracks.
oh, wait, so it's the chocolate chip with the Reese's like in combined, or is it
Yeah.
like separate
Well,
ingredient added on
throw them
there?
in randomly. Like the ice cream itself is still vanilla, but it's kind of think of it as like a topping. They just mix into it.
Oh, okay, okay,
Yeah.
okay.
But I like it. I mean, all that stuff sounds really good, right?
It
But
does.
maybe for like your mainstream ice cream goer, it's not that high of a priority. So I'm gonna say it's number 8.
Okay.
Uh, with that, let's go. I'll say just basic cookie dough.
That's
7.
7. Okay.
Okay. Uh, I'm gonna say let's say chocolate. The next cookie dough, so chocolate chip cookie dough is 6. And now we're gonna get into the really competitive area. So we got mint chocolate, chocolate, strawberry, cookies and cream, and vanilla left. Um, we'll say mint chocolate is 5,
Okay.
cookies and cream 4, and then strawberry 3. And I know you and I personally like it like the most, but I'm gonna say vanilla is 2, and chocolate is what most people's favorite is.
Okay.
So that is how I'm gonna rank this list, and now we can see how far off the mark I am.
Okay. And so based off all the ice creams given, you've tried Moose Tracks, you've tried vanilla chocolate. Have you tried like all the other ones?
The only ones here that I have not tried is Neapolitan.
Mhm.
as I mentioned. I'm a little confused with just straight cookie dough. Are they saying like, is it just straight vanilla ice cream with chunks of cookie dough and that's it? Because it doesn't
Yes.
have. I haven't tried that, but I've of course tried chocolate chip cookie dough because that stuff's pretty good.
Mhm.
Um, I have tried, yeah, chocolate chip cookie dough. So yeah, Neapolitan regular cookie dough and butter pecan are the only
Yeah,
ones here I haven't tried.
I wonder what buttered pecan would taste. Is it caramel or
Probably something like that. I don't know. I guess we
that's
got to go to an ice cream shop.
yeah, I gotta find it if they
Yeah,
even have it.
yeah,
Alrighty. So I'm gonna read off the number 10 and then I'll work up to one.
sure.
So number 10 was Neapolitan, which you got right.
Cool.
Number 9 was Moose Tracks.
How could they?
Number 8 was Strawberry.
What?
Yeah,
What is
I
wrong with people?
I was surprised. 7 was cookie dough.
I got that.
6 was buttered pecan.
Okay.
5 was chocolate chip cookie dough. 4 was mint chocolate chip. 3 was cookies and cream. 2 was actually chocolate, and 1 is vanilla.
So I was off on average by like one or two. So
Yeah,
that's
I don't
pretty
know.
good.
I was a little surprised that like strawberry wasn't a little higher.
I know, right? That actually is kind of a shocker to me.
Yeah, I'm surprised like mint is in top 4, top 5. Like I thought like strawberry would be at least like a 6 and like mint would be like a 7 and cookie dough. Because like if chocolate chip cookie does 5, why isn't chocolate chip or why isn't cookie dough just like right next to it?
Yeah. No,
But I don't know.
that's strange. People have strange tastes out there.
What do you think? Do you agree with the tier list? Like what would you change if you now that you know this? Like do you agree with this?
I'd say 90% of it is fair, with the exception of what people think strawberry is at, because strawberry is unequivocally like a top four. So, yeah, I ranked it as number three. So
Okay.
it's a solid flavor. I don't know what people are thinking.
Yeah, I mean, I don't know. I guess they just didn't. You know what it is? They probably just had only one flavor and kind of just stuck with it. Like they didn't want to
Probably,
explore
yeah,
different flavors. I don't know.
just kind of hanging inside their comfort zone.
Yeah. But I mean, I guess I can understand because like ice cream, they want to enjoy a dessert, They don't want to,
Hmm.
I mean, it's a little different than like lunch and dinner.
Right.
Alrighty. So that was like a little warm up. We got two more. The next one is going to be fruits.
Okay. Got to make a new list here.
Yeah, another list.
All right. What you got for me?
Alrighty. Are you ready?
Let's do it.
All right. I got bananas, grapes, oranges, strawberries, blueberries, lemons, apples, watermelon, peaches, avocados.
Avocado's a fruit.
Yeah, yeah, it's been a interesting debate. I don't know.
I know tomatoes a fruit, but that's interesting. Okay. Bananas, grapes, orange, strawberry, blueberry, lemon, apples, watermelon, peaches, and avocado.
Yeah, is that 10 for you?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
All right, let's start ranking here. Yeah. All right. Number 10, gonna go least favorite to favorite again.
Okay.
Number 10, gonna say avocado. Now I do really like avocados,
Mhm.
but I will not categorize it as a fruit. So I'm gonna throw that at the bottom of the list. If we talked about something else, like avocados, top five,
Yeah,
easy.
yeah.
But in the fruit department, in reality I wouldn't even put it on the list. So number
Okay,
10.
okay.
All right. Moving on. Lemon 9.
Okay.
I'm gonna say oranges are 8. This is where it gets kind of tough. Blueberries 7. Now the rest are it's tough because they're all like really good, like really good in their own right. So I kind of feel bad ranking these next ones lower than the others. So move on to say bananas are 6. Peaches 5. Watermelon 4. Strawberry 3. Grapes 2 and apples is 1. All right.
Okay. And
Pretty
out of
different.
all, what was that?
Is it pretty different from your list?
Well, I'll get to that, but like looking at it, like, is there any of the ones that were listed, do you have a least favorite personally? And then like, which one out of the rest do you personally enjoy the most?
The only one here I actually like don't particularly like is lemons.
Hmm.
I feel like that's the only one on this list that isn't like the sweet taste of fruit comes to your mind, right? Instead, it makes you like just the thought of lemons or limes kind of make you pucker up a little bit.
Yeah.
But I guess they go good with other stuff, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, lemonade, can't go wrong with that.
Yeah, that
But
yeah.
not too much else. Ones I really like, I love apples, so that's why I put them at the top of the list there. Peaches, really sweet fruit. Strawberries, we talked about ice cream earlier.
Yeah.
Strawberries make some pretty good ice cream, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, so strawberries are good. Um, and grapes, like grape juice, wine, can't go wrong with that. Just even having like grapes as like a something to eat by themselves is they're pretty sweet. So I do enjoy a lot of these fruits.
Nice. Nice. Um, well, you were right with avocados. Avocados is number 10.
It's 2 10s in a row.
Number 9 is peaches.
What?
Number 8 is
Oh,
lemons.
all right, off by 1.
Number 7 was blueberries.
Got that one.
Number 6 was watermelon. Number 5 was oranges. 4 was grapes.
Okay,
3 was strawberries.
got that.
2 was apple, and bananas was number 1.
Hmm. Well, I got what was that? At least 2 of them right. Strawberries and actually 3 of them right. I got strawberries, blueberries, and avocados like spot on.
Yeah,
Uh,
you got 10 on both the lists, so
yeah, I
pretty,
do enjoy bananas, but to see them surpass apples and watermelon, that's a stretch. But
yeah. I'm a little
what can you
surprised
do?
because like when they mean apples, I'm like considering like Granny Smith, Fuji, Gala, there's so many apples, and then bananas is like there's only like a very small
Bananas.
handful with just
Yeah,
bananas, yeah. Like and then like grapes, the green, red. You got like con candy grapes, so many
yeah.
different kinds.
What
I
can you
don't know.
do?
Yeah, I mean, I was a little surprised though that orange juice is. I know it should be in the top five, but I thought it'd be higher because like orange juice. I thought that'd be pretty popular, but I guess not.
Guess not.
Alrighty, the last one is gonna be sodas.
Oh boy, I don't even drink soda, so I'm gonna be a pretty bad judgment of character here.
All good.
What you got for me?
All right, I got Coca-Cola. I got Dr. Pepper. I got Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Diet Coke, Sprite, Coke Zero, Diet Pepsi, Fanta, and Diet Mountain Dew.
All right. I got Coca-Cola, Dr. Pepper, Pepsi, Mountain Dew, Diet Coke, Sprite, Coke Zero, Diet Pepsi,
Mhm.
Fanta, and what was the last one?
Diet Mountain Dew.
Diet Mountain. Okay.
Yeah,
It's funny how they throw a diet label in front of some of these because they're still god awful for you.
yeah,
Got to make some people feel like they're slightly healthier.
yeah. Coke Zero sounds better than Diet.
Empty calories.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's start off. Right off the bat, I'm gonna assume that Diet Mountain Dew is like 10. So we'll see if I can keep my streak here on what is the worst. So Diet Mountain Dew will be a solid 10. Fanta. Actually, let me study this a little bit more. Can't make any rash decisions here. Okay. I'm gonna say Coke Zero is 9. Even though Coca-Cola is, for whatever reason, I think that's what most people like, but that's why they have like 1,000 different types of Coke, right?
Mhm.
Fanta, I'm gonna say is 8. Diet Pepsi is 7. Diet Coke is 6. Pepsi, actually, disregard that. Dr. Pepper is 5. Pepsi is 4. Mountain Dew's 3. Sprite's 2, and regular Coca-Cola is 1.
Alrighty. I'll start with the top this time.
Oh, we're good. The best down.
Yep.
Okay.
So the first one is Coca-Cola. The second is Pepsi.
Ooh.
Third is Diet Coke. 4 is Dr. Pepper. 5 is Mountain Dew. 6 is Sprite. 7 is Diet Pepsi. 8 is Coke Zero. 9 is Fanta. And number 10 is Diet Mountain Dew. So you did get
I kept
all.
my streak. That's all
Got,
I care about. I kept my streak.
I
All
mean,
right.
yeah.
I am personally shocked though that Sprite is not even in their top 5. Like, are we living on planet Earth anymore, or what's going on?
Yeah, I don't know. Like, I mean, yeah, I was surprised Dr. Pepper was higher than Sprite. Um, Diet Coke, surprisingly number 3. I'm surprised like root beer isn't on there. Like
Yeah,
A and
where's
W.
root beer at?
Yeah,
And A&W root beer is like the cream of the crop, or
yeah.
I should say the cream of the root beer.
I'm surprised like it's not even on there. Um, yeah, I don't know, just interesting. I mean, Diet Mountain Dew, I can see why it's 10. Like, I think I tried it like once and like regretted it because it was just nasty.
Yeah, that sounds pretty nasty.
Yeah, and Coke, not surprised. Pepsi, the rival of Coca-Cola. Yeah, that was all of them. I mean, you got all the least popular ones, so you
I
know,
did.
yeah, I don't
I guess I'm
know.
half right.
Yeah, yeah, I'm surprised. I mean, like looking at these, like they're still around too. Like all these soda brands, like growing up, they had Coke, Pepsi, Dr. Pepper still, Mountain Dew. Like, I don't know, it's
Hmm.
like this is like kind of like reconnecting with their childhood, seeing
A
like all
little
these
bit.
things.
I
Yeah.
know you're a bit of a health nut, but do you still drink soda?
I would rarely drink it. I don't drink it as I haven't had a Coke or Pepsi in like years. I had like a root beer, but that was for like a root
Yes.
beer float
Right.
and like ginger ale like maybe once or twice this year. Yeah.
Does sparkling apple cider count as soda,
That's a
in
good
your opinion?
question.
What do you,
Uh,
that's a little bit of a head scratcher, I feel like.
I I think so. I mean, it's carbonated.
Okay.
I mean, if people think sodas have to be carbonated, then yes, it would fit in that.
I think it's its own thing,
Really? Yeah.
personally. Yeah.
Yeah, I could also see that. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like the virgin champagne. When you're a kid, you're with your parents. They're like, well, son, you can't have champagne, but we have this drink that tastes really good and it looks like champagne. So you could feel somewhat like an adult. Like
Dude,
apple
yeah.
cider is like its own sparkling apple cider, at least like Martinelli's. That was like the thing, like on Thanksgiving or Christmas dinner or something like that. But
Yeah.
yeah, I actually didn't think about that until just now. Would people categorize that into soda? But
Probably not. I mean, now that you mention it, I'd say it probably shouldn't even be in the soda category. Like it definitely should be its own because it's like it's pretty fancy.
it is pretty fancy. It'll
Special occasion.
make an 8-year-old feel like an 18-year-old.
Yeah. Yeah, hold the wine glass like this.
Yeah. Hmm. All right. Yeah. Me personally, I could kind of relate to you. Is I don't drink soda at all unless it's like homemade root beer. Like I know BJ's does their own root beer. So
Really?
sometimes, yeah, if I'm not having like actual beer at that point, I might give it a try. And then you can never go wrong with a root beer float. But outside of that, you won't see me drinking soda. It's just garbage,
Well,
respectfully.
yeah, I mean, we've tried it as kids and we just our taste buds change, preferences change, nothing wrong with that.
Nothing wrong with that.
Yeah. You know what's actually crazy is like um growing up, you still see like all these big candy brands out there, like Kit Kat's still around, Nerds is still there, Laffy Taffy, Tootsie
Wow.
Pops, Sour Patch Kids, like they're still around, which is like crazy, but I mean it's like it's targeted towards children and
Yep.
it's good.
Yeah. No, there's always going to be kids out there for those candy companies to target.
Yeah, but I mean like they've definitely kind of like stepped it up though. Like there's like some like intricate flavors now and there's uh like Skittles. I know they have like tropical flavors now. Before it was just the plain old like original.
Right.
And then like Nerds, you got like the candy ropes. I don't know what it is. Like
Candy ropes.
yeah, it's like I don't know what it is. It's like a weird it's like a red rope and it's like nerds that's stuck on the side of it.
Hmm.
I don't know. And then I don't know, it's just kind of crazy. Like I was like going into like a Target and I was just seeing all these candies and just like flashbacks as a kid, like trick or treating and like seeing all those candy brands.
I remember I honestly, I haven't done, I mean, we're in our 20s now. It's a little hard to believe, but back when our days of, when we met like in elementary school, like
Mhm.
we'd go out when we trick or treated, like that whole neighborhood, like especially in your area, like that's where you trick or treat around here. I remember sometimes we'd roll up to a house in like the quieter part of the neighborhood and no one was answering the door, but they just left a giant bucket of candy there. It says, "Oh, please just take one." Nope, we went in there like, no one's here. You didn't see me. We just take a handful of candy and book it. That was what we did in those neighborhoods.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I
Like
don't know.
I don't know. Is that what we're gonna say?
I was gonna say, did you ever do that too?
Like trick or
Or is,
treating?
yeah, when we were trick or treating, did you ever those houses that don't have like people actually handing the candy out, like they just leave a bowl for you to like kind of grab out of?
I don't remember. I think I might have done like a small handful, or I might have just like looked through it to pick the one I want, because
Yeah,
like they would just give you a random one. So like I was like, all right, I'm gonna take my time. I'm gonna grab this one.
a little methodical about it. All right.
Yeah, and then just like at the end of the day, just start trading candy with your friends. Just like I want that lollipop. I'll trade you this.
Yeah,
Yeah,
gotta fight for what you want there.
yeah. And there's like what trying to remember Twix, Milky Way, Almond Joy, Snickers, um
Hershey's,
Hershey's was a good one, Reese's Pieces.
Reese's is, yeah. Now we're getting
Uh
into like the upper tier of candy.
and then there's like some weird ones like Dots and like what's it, mint, or what's that, the mint chocolate
Junior mints,
junior mints,
is
and
that what it's
like
called?
there's another one too, New York, the New York one.
Oh yeah,
Yeah, those ones I did not enjoy. uh
yeah, little bit too minty for me.
yeah, especially as a kid, you're like, it tastes like toothpaste.
Yeah, that was gonna say it does. I do remember the taste toothpaste with that. I'd rather just have chocolate. So
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, got anything else for me?
That's pretty much all the tier list that I wanted you to do, because I was actually surprised by some of them and was
Okay.
like curious what other people thought.
Well, now you have my list.
Yeah. And then who knows, maybe in the future I'll do this again and then see if you remember, or things have probably changed because some of these are a little outdated. But yeah, there's some interesting ones out there. There's a lot of things to talk about. Like the fruits one, there was like 1 through like 30. But
30. Oh
yeah,
boy. Yeah, I wouldn't have the attention span for that one.
yeah, no, I feel like for that it would be like a team effort thing. You just like, all right, what can we agree on? Whereas like one person handling 30, you just like, all right, I'm gonna just start randomly putting it. It's like in a test, Eventually you get like so annoyed with how many questions you just like go, all right, A, B, D, C, something like that. I don't know.
Something like that.
Yeah, yeah. I don't know. It's honestly really crazy to think about. You know, when you mentioned that we're 20, yeah, it's like wow, we really did change a lot. Like
Oh
we
yeah.
used we used to like go on razor scooters as kids, and that was the biggest thing. Now it's like hoverboards, and I don't know if people are using scooters nowadays, but bikes
There's
are
gotta
now.
be. Yeah. Let's go to a skate park. You'll see some people. That's always gonna be a thing.
I don't know. I just haven't really seen that many scooters around now. I feel like I've only seen occasional ones, and it's mainly like bikes and skateboards now.
Yeah, I never really got into skateboards. Yeah.
Yeah,
I
didn't you have the ripstick?
I did. I don't even know if I have it still, or let alone if I'd fit on it, but I did have a ripstick, if they even make them anymore. Yeah. Did you ever try it? Or
I think I like tried it for a second, but like I was too scared because I was gonna fall off.
I actually found this sounds counterintuitive and I haven't ridden either in over a decade at this point, but from what I remember, my balance on a ripstick, which has only two wheels that rotate 360 degrees around, I was more stable on that than a traditional skateboard. Don't know
Hmm.
why, but I don't know. I guess I'm weird. So
No, I think it's just like with the skateboard, you don't have that much range because like you can only go forward or backwards, whereas a
yeah,
360,
it's more
you,
fixed.
yeah, it's like harder to navigate.
Yeah,
So
ripstick you can go into turns at an angle and kind of wiggle your way out of situations.
yeah, yeah. Dude, like as a kid, I was so jealous of people having the pogo sticks or like
Really?
the um what's that? The boots, like the little pad ones that like it's like similar to a pogo stick, but it's like shoes.
Moon shoes?
Yeah,
Is that
something
what they
like
were
that.
called? I remember like ads for stuff like that, but
Yeah.
I never actually saw them in person though. I think
Yeah,
I'd
I don't
rather
know.
just get a trampoline at that point.
Pogo stick looked kind of fun though.
I remember trying that a couple times. I think someone brought a pogo stick around when we were little. But
Dang.
yeah, I think I got out of that stuff like when we had moved on to like middle school, and then I found people that at the time where we got into like the biking phase, and we'd go up to like Carmel or up in Pacifica. There are like trails up there, and they had like basically like professional grade gear, like downhill bikes, carbon fiber, like 10 literally $10,000 bikes, and they can do all these jumps and tricks because they've been doing it forever. And I'm up there on this little $300 mountain bike I bought out of a random store. Needless to say, I crashed a few times, but
Oh no.
yeah, that was an interesting time there. But I don't, did you ever do biking like that or?
I think the only time I did biking was when I was in Tahoe with you. When we
Oh yeah,
when we
I
had
remember that.
the three-person seat and it was your dad and your mom and then I was in the back and then you had your own
Yeah,
bike and you're just cruising along and I was just like pedaling.
yeah. I honestly didn't. I kind of forgot about us biking. I remember our trip there, but I forgot about the biking part. I actually haven't been back to Tahoe like at all since right before freshman year of high school. So it's been wow, almost 8 years.
Wow.
And I used to go to Tahoe every year, like as a kid and like a teenager. So that's kind of crazy to think about.
Did you go snowboarding or skiing?
I did snowboarding a couple times, like super long time ago up there, but I kind of sucked at it, kind of the same realm as like skateboards for me. Like, sure, there are people who can do crazy stuff with snowboards, but I found it a little more daunting, I guess. So I tried out skiing, and I'm not really good at either now because I haven't been to the snow in a long time.
Hmm.
But skiing, I remember I felt like I had more control of what I was doing. So that was kind of my thing then.
Yeah.
What about
I,
you?
uh, it's funny that you mentioned that. I did go to Tahoe like this year actually, January.
Oh, you did?
Yeah. Yeah, I went snowboarding and I was a little worried at first because I haven't been to Tahoe in a while, so I was afraid I was gonna like be like a beginner, like just brand new. But then as soon as I put the board on, like I just kind of just remembered I guess it's like muscle memory. So I
Yeah,
think once you get back on the snow, like you'll probably instantly remember how to do it, or won't take as long as other people.
we'll see. I guess I'll have to go back to the snow next year, uh, so long as there's actually a good amount of snow there, because I know we don't really get too much rain nowadays. But
A trip, a future trip plan right there.
one of many.
Yeah,
It's an
we
idea.
can.
I do want to go to Tahoe again.
I'd be down.
Yeah, yeah. Just
Yeah,
get a group of people, do like an Airbnb, and just send it. Never know what you'll run into.
that's true. I think I got a few people in mind. The
You got a few people in
OG,
mind?
the OG group.
Oh yeah, yeah. I remember you were talking about throwing that together. Have you reached out to any of them?
I think I have, um, like briefly did a little catch up, but now like everyone's kind of doing their own thing, so I just gotta schedule that. But that'd be a nice little reunion. I mean, I'm sure we'll have fun with that.
I agree. No, if we can make that happen, that'd be interesting.
Yeah, relive it. Like, man, now I'm just like remembering stuff things we did as kids. I remember collecting a lot of Yu-Gi-Oh. Yu-Gi-Oh.
Oh
Did you
boy,
collect Yu-Gi-Oh?
I didn't. I think for like maybe it was like third or fourth grade, like we all did Pokemon cards.
Mm-hmm.
That was kind of the thing, and then we did like Beyblade stuff, like at the
Yeah.
after school program. But I think we all kind of grew out of that rapidly. So
Dude, Beyblades. The Beyblades is still around.
they are.
Yeah, and Bakugan. Do you remember that one?
Oh yeah, yeah, yeah. Yep.
Dude, I don't
I
know. There's
or
some.
the tech decks, like those little toy skateboards. You can do like little hand
Yeah,
tricks with.
yeah, yeah. I think they're still around, but it's not as popular as like Beyblade and Bakugan.
Tech decks
Uh,
aren't as popular.
yeah, I think I saw one at Target recently, but I've seen more kids use Beyblades and Bakugans, or at least collect a little bit of it.
I feel like most kids nowadays are like playing Fortnite or something, whatever the trendy thing is.
Yeah,
I
I
don't know.
mean, yeah,
I remember like when I was 4 or 5, like all the cool kids started getting cell phones that like you could flip them up and like text with like a keyboard.
yeah, yeah.
I'd go, Mom, Dad, why can't I have a cell phone? It's like, oh, we don't have that type of money, and we don't want you going on like all these apps, like young little kid like you. And then next thing you know, we're like sixth grade. Like I think I got my first phone then, and it's just like it was a race to see like, all right, let's go get everyone's phone number. Like I'm gonna know everyone now. I'm gonna be one of the cool kids. Nope, no one cares. But nowadays, like there's family friends that we know, and they have their own kids now that are of that age. And could you imagine like us when we had met, like already having like an iPhone or an iPad or an Xbox at like the age of 5 or 6?
That is crazy.
That's what most kids nowadays have, I guess. I don't know. I don't pay attention to that stuff, but
Dude, that's like the standard now.
it's an expensive standard, especially with all the inflation right now.
That's crazy. Yeah, I mean, like, I remember I had my flip phone. It was like one of those like you had to lift it up, and then I
Yep.
had the keyboard one after a year. But that was cool because like it could record stuff. So like I remember in middle school, when like YouTube was still kind of new, I was like, I want a ringtone. And then like I was looking through my ringtone, I was like, I want like something better. So like I decided to try to record my own. And I mean, what I was doing was a little sketch because like I would play a music video on YouTube and then I'd have my phone just record it and then I would just like play it back.
As your ringtone.
Yeah, but like it was so like the sound quality was like terrible. But I thought it was cool because like I could record audio like that.
It was a new thing for us then.
Yeah, yeah. And I mean now you got like TikTok, you just put a video or music
Don't even go
instantly.
there. Do you have a TikTok?
No,
Good. Keep it that way.
I mean, like, I don't know. There's some interesting stuff though. Like, you see businesses now on TikTok. You see, like, dude, it's like social media now, like heavy social media.
Yeah.
Like
No, they're
before, it was only like Facebook, and like no one wanted Facebook. It was only adults, and we would like make fun of them for it. And now we're getting like our own Instagram pages.
yeah. Well, it's funny because now I guess Facebook owns Instagram.
Yeah.
That's just crazy to think because at where I work out of, he doesn't go in there anymore. I think he like moved away. But when I first started there, like the first year or two, the guy who invented Instagram was one of our clients, and I'd met him a handful of times, just giving him what he needed, and he just seems like the most normal guy, but just casually owns a $1.2 million airplane and gets chartered every now and then and drives like a Aston Martin or something. I don't know. It's some rich people have like these, above higher than life personalities, and other rich people that with this guy, I think his net worth was like 4 billion when after he
My
sold it to
gosh.
Facebook. And he's just like, hey, what's up, man? Just casual dude. But I don't know. Have you ever met anyone famous like that, or not even
Uh,
famous, just well known, maybe?
uh, I did meet at my work, TJ's. You know Golden State Warriors?
I don't follow them, but I do know like the prominent players on the Warriors. I'm a
Yeah.
baseball guy, but
There was one player, Andrew Wiggins,
I've heard that name before.
and he was actually shopping at my store, and I saw him in person, but I didn't know who he was because like I'm not a big basketball fan either. But like
Hmm.
one of my coworkers and like my manager's like, yo, we got someone famous. I'm like, yo, what's going on? Like, who is it? And it's like that dude. And I'm like looking at him like, dude, that dude's tall. And he's like, yeah, he plays for the Golden State Warriors. And I was like, no way. Like I kind of like it was like I never met someone famous. And
Yeah,
like I think that was the first time seeing it. And like he just seemed so chill. Like some customers would be like, can I get a photo? And be like, yeah, sure. And
yeah,
like he just had normal clothing. Like he was just shopping. Like he was just minding his own business. And like, you know, only a few
exactly.
people recognized him, but other than that, he was just doing his own thing.
Yeah, I think that's a important thing to remember is, at least when I was little, the idea of meeting someone famous, especially like, someone you maybe idolize. I know obviously we both said we don't watch basketball, so maybe you didn't really feel it when you saw Andrew Wiggins, but at the end of the day, they're just normal people. So, it could be a someone who plays sports, it could be an actor or something. And some of them obviously they have pretty big egos, I feel like, but they're still normal people. Don't have to roll out the red carpet for them per se. But
Yeah.
and a lot of them are cool people. They'll talk to you like as if they don't have any of what made them famous behind them. So like for me, I know I always end up talking about airplanes with you, right?
No,
But
it's totally
because
fine, man.
that's like my thing, at least, or my hobby or interest. But I like going to air shows and whatnot. And like let's say if for the Blue Angels up there, right? I
Mhm.
see them like maybe once or twice a year. Every year they perform for millions of people. Like millions of people see them. They're like right up front and center. And every time, I'll go say hi to them and whatnot. And it's a new team every year. Like they'll rotate like half of them out, but they're all really, really down to earth, just normal, cool dudes. And I think in the beginning, like when I was younger, if you met them, it was like, oh my God, like you see the blue flight suit. It's like, wow, this person is like higher than life. Like this is like the coolest thing ever. And then you're like, you know what? He was probably just like me at one point, and now here he is. So meeting famous people, I hate to take the fun out of it, but like at the end of the day, it's like, yeah, it's just a person. So
Yeah, no, I would agree. Like, there's some people that like go over like crazy for them. Like, and I respect it. Like they probably had a great impact, or
oh
they
yeah.
look up to them as their childhood hero.
Yep.
But like, they're at the end of the day, like everyone's still human. Like, everyone's got a life. Like,
Exactly.
they're not gonna be like a basketball player 24/7. Like, they got time to socialize, do their own thing. Like,
There you
they got
go.
that they're known for the career, but they also want to be treated like just any other person
Yeah.
when they're not, working their job, or, doing what they're doing.
Amen to that.
Yeah, just leave them alone. No need to spy on them, all right?
Yeah. It's kind of like here's an analogy I heard. Um, it was in a different topic, but I guess this concept still applies. Like when it comes to interacting with people, like let's say people that you haven't met yet, right? But you want to talk to them. Like don't just think of it as if you're studying something, right? Like you're out in the wild, right? And you come across this cave. You're like, I wonder what lives in that cave. You can either just, sit back from afar and just kind of observe and, take notes down, or you can just go balls deep, run into the cave, like, oh, there's a lion here and it's going to eat me apart, right? Like you don't know that person per se, but that's at least that's the analogy, right? It's like you don't know what you're getting yourself into, but I don't know if you kind of try to see what I'm going along with this, but
Yeah,
yeah, you can just take data points and kind of let things happen naturally. And as far as like when it comes to interacting with people, don't force yourselves into their lives. Like don't walk right into their house type of thing, up in their business as if you know them.
yeah, it's just like you're meeting them like new, like you've never met them before. Just kind of like go with that kind of interaction. Be like, oh, nice to meet you. Give them your name. Like, you want
Yeah,
to be, you want to, you want to make them feel like they're being treated right, not being like,
exactly.
I know you, but you don't know me type of feeling. It's like you want to like, be like, oh, what's your name? This is my name. I've read your stuff, or I watched your games, and I look up to you, or it's like, like, and that's not even like considered creepy. It's just being like, okay, like,
Yeah, they understand that. Like
yeah,
they're in the spotlight. So
yeah,
I
and
agree.
it's way better than being like trying to chase them and like, like screaming their name or something like that. It's like you just treat them right, and then they'll treat you well in the end.
There you go.
Yeah.
So what is new with you?
What is new with me? Great question. Um, just been working, honestly. Working, um, internship, podcasting still, running. I'm actually training for a marathon.
Wow, that sounds intense.
Yeah, yeah, I'm excited, but like scared going into it.
Okay.
Um,
First marathon.
yeah, first marathon,
And marathons are how many miles?
26 miles.
26 miles. Where are you doing this?
SF.
Okay. Like through the streets?
Yes, so it'll be like starting points like Embarcadero. You're running through the streets to like Fisherman's Wharf. You're passing that, and then you're going to Golden Gate Bridge, and then you're going back, and then you're going to like um Golden Gate Park, and then you're just like going through the streets and making your way back.
Jeez, that so not to tie things back to air shows and stuff, but like for Fleet Week, I've done the Embarcadero, like just walked the whole circumference of the Embarcadero to, 'cause that's where everything is at. Just walking that is, at least for me, something that'll get your heart rate going. Running that and going past like the Fisherman's Wharf, aquatic park area, going across the bridge, then coming back. You're a mad lad, sir. That's crazy. And good
Yeah,
luck with that. That sounds exciting.
it definitely is. I just want to finish. Like, I don't have a specific time in mind. I just want to be able to
Just say you did
accomplish
it.
it and just, yeah, like not even to brag. It's just be like, I wanted to challenge myself for it because like I've done half marathons before and like I enjoy it because it's like I tried something new. I pushed myself and I want to like go the next level.
Yeah. No, that's a good thing. I feel like we can all do that in some regard, is push
Yeah.
ourselves to do more. I know I
Yeah.
can do that right now for myself. I just gotta push myself. So
Yeah. I mean, it's not like me going like no running to just marathon. Like that'd be pretty insane. Like I'm
yeah.
slowly just like slowly um going to the next level, a comfortable level.
Yeah. I think that's an important point there, is you don't go from point A to point B like that. You gotta take the baby steps. Like for what I want to do for my career, I'm so, especially for someone like me who loves instant gratification. I got to remind myself, like, hey, like, that's cool, you want to do that and all, Daniel, but you got to do all these, little steps that lead up to that. Otherwise no one's going to give you the credit for it. You're not going to feel that self accomplishment, uh, if you were to just jump from point A to point B. So
Hmm.
whether it's like in your situation where, you're physically training yourself, you're building yourself up to be able to do that whole marathon, or for me who, wants to go, fly airplanes in the military, like I can't just go, all right, I'm here. Like I got to finish college first. I got to get a degree. I got to get a somewhat decent GPA, I guess, and get like contracts and all these other things out of the way. But I think it's just reminding ourselves that it's possible is the big thing. Um, and then patience, which is also something I lack in. So
Yeah, I
little
mean,
things to work on.
yeah, I mean, a lot of great points mentioned. Just to add on, it's like, you know, it happens to everybody. Everybody wants that gratification. And like, they want to see it now. And it's just like just being reminded to like take your time, but also like at the same time not put yourself down. Like, there stuff happens. Maybe you're so motivated one year and then the next year just burnt out. Like nothing
Yeah.
wrong with just taking a break or just not feel like you're being pressured. Like you said, like patience is a good one. Like with us, like we're so young, we got time on our hands. Like education isn't gonna be away from us. Like it's still gonna be waiting for us whenever we want.
Yeah. No, you can go back to college at any point in your life. I feel like in my case, for at least the career path I want to take, you do have to start there. There is a cutoff point age wise. So I have to keep that in mind. But I guess I agree with you. Like we got to, and for the most part, um, don't stress ourselves out too much. But I've
Mhm.
also heard a good point is it's good to have just a little bit of stress. Like excessive stress is bad. That everyone agrees with that. Everyone's dealt with that. It's not fun, but just that little itch of stress that could help motivate you and keep going, I feel like
Mhm.
is something that we could actually benefit from. So, and that's where I'm at, trying to find what's right, what's the right level of stress for me.
Yeah. And like for that, it's just gonna be a little bit of trial and error. Like you're not gonna know until you try it. And
Yep,
like, then you just start making the small adjustments and then, you'll find it.
exactly. Sometimes you got to fall on your ass to know when you can, what you can, what's the best you can succeed at.
Yeah. Like it's like trying to find the right temperature, like, you don't want it to be too cold, you don't want it to be too hot, but you gotta try one or the other in order to reach that like balance, you
Yeah,
know?
cool.
Yeah. That was some truth and
Pretty
like
pretty
some
deep shit already.
nah, I like it though. It's like it's a reminder. It's a reminder that, like a little reminder for everybody that, everyone will have a time in their life like they'll be stressed and then, you just got to figure out how you can manage it. Maybe cut out something, maybe implement something. It's part of life. We'll figure things out in the end. And if not,
Exactly.
you got friends, family, you got like support, community.
Yeah.
Like it's not always you doing things by yourself. Like just know that someone's either doing the same thing you're doing or just, someone wants to help you.
No,
Perfect.
no, even for someone like me, like I don't, like for me, my friend group is not that large. Like I'm sure, like for you, even just going to the San Jose State, like way more people. And of course, it's not like a popularity or popularity contest or like some sort of competition. But going back to that, as someone who's, I guess, more like introverted for myself, like even I recognize like there's always going to be people in my corner like that I can go to. Like I can go to you, I can go to my mom, dad, people I know at the airport that I'm friends with. There's always someone close to you that you can go out to, and if that doesn't work out, like I know in the past you talked about you want to get into the field of psychology potentially. Like if you need, like let's say absolute like worst case scenario, and like let's say if you're down the dumps, like you can always go to a professional, right? Doesn't maybe work for everyone, but then we go back to that realm of try things out. um you won't know until you try. So
Yeah.
there are ways to get help.
Yeah. Yeah. I think everyone's got like the potential to become the greatest. It's just everybody's got like their own little like uh vision of what it could be, but in the end, like everybody could honestly be a champion of something or like a professional. Like everyone's unique. They got their own skills. Like there's like the cool thing about everybody individually is like your own unique self. It's very hard to mimic another person's um, mindset and just like skills, and it's really hard to mimic everything. Like there's no like even with twins, everyone has different personality, different interests, hobbies, skills. Just remember that you shouldn't define yourself by what other people think. Just
Yeah,
like
do yourself, right?
yeah,
No, I totally agree. Not to sound like an echo chamber, but
no.
those are great points. you know it's something that I've learned, like let's just say with relationships, right? Like let's say for example, like you have a crush on someone, not to
Mhm.
go off on too far of a tangent here, but say you have a crush on someone and you dream up this idea in your head, like you put this person on a pedestal and you have this weird idea of how this relationship is going to move forward, but like you got to detach mentally from like, okay, this is where I've put this person, and now I have to accept this is who they are. Like in my head, reality, right? So just kind of coming to terms with what reality is, and you can't force people to be the way you want. And it goes around too. You can't mimic yourself to, like you said, to be like someone else. You're you, they are who they are. Find a way. So a lot of good points today.
It's a microphone drop right there.
Yeah, mic drop.
They don't teach you that in school.
I honestly, I've been kind of discovering, and I've of course didn't create that. I have kind of like just recently been finding this out for myself. I wish I'd known it way sooner in life. Probably could have spared some stressful times, but just listening to podcasts like this, like hearing other people's experiencing, and not like living vicariously through them, but just finding, you know, similarities in other people's experiences. You can go, huh, okay, you know, they went through something similar that I'm going through. This is how they got out of it. You know, I'll give it a try. Didn't work? Okay. Let's find something else out there. What, maybe this works, maybe that works. But
Yeah.
just podcasts just like this, just hearing people like having just wholesome, real conversations about this stuff. You never know what type of stuff you'll come across that you might be able to utilize in your life. So that's why I kind of enjoy coming on here, especially, you know, with a good friend like you. Um, it's incredible what a simple conversation could turn into.
Yeah. 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 I honestly like, just with the podcast, like it's been great just hearing other people. And, if I didn't create this podcast, I don't think I would have ever gone closer to a lot of people because like they told me their stories that they're willing to share. And that was
Yeah.
because of the podcast. Like it helped them talk a little bit about themselves. And then like, it's just a reminder that like to to them, their life may seem boring, but like when I hear it, I'm like, wow, this is amazing. Like you're doing a lot, or you're like, this is what it's like being like an artist. Like this is their perspective. This is like what somebody has to go through for pilot training. Like this is like so many things I
Yeah.
never would have thought of.
Mm-hmm.
So like I'm just learning so many things from people that I know. And it's a great way for me and for the guests to have a little bit of something to document, something they can look back at and, see both of our growth. Or, maybe this podcast episode helped inspire you to continue on with your passion or maybe try something
Oh,
new.
totally.
Like this is just like a nice little way to remind people, for me and for my guests, like, everyone's life is interesting and, you know, it doesn't have to be exactly what you said. It's okay to change your mind. Like I know I've said some things in the podcast that I might have done, but then didn't end up doing, and that's totally fine. Like
Yeah.
I just
No, it
look
is.
back at this and be like, okay, this just shows like, I'm human. I make a promise or make a goal, and then I might not go to it, but I've tried some other things, and I've learned more about myself and other people. I think it's a win-win for me. And I'm just like, just uh whenever I do an episode with you and many other guests, I'm just grateful for just a lot of things. One, I'm grateful for the viewers listening to this, taking time, and then two, the guests that have put in their own time to actually be a part of this. And like, not many were comfortable in the beginning, and then they heard an episode and be like, all right, now I want to do it because, it doesn't seem as intimidating when they thought like a podcast, had to be structured. They just
Oh
listened to one
yeah.
of these. I'm just grateful that, you being a part of the project. I'm grateful that, you're still enjoying it. I'm in the end of the day, I'm just glad that the people that I podcast, after the recording, they're like, I had a great time. Because in the beginning, like they were nervous. Then after they're like, wow, I want to do this again. Like, I'm just glad to hear it. Like, I'd like
Oh
to
yeah.
hear your story. I'd like to hear what people are doing, experiences. That's like my overall goal with the podcast. And I'm just so happy that it's been 2 years. Like I'm just like, wow, this did not expect it to be 2 years. Like time flew by quick.
No, it really does. And you mentioned like just you have, it's gratifying to have, guests on that are close to you, and it's mutual too. We like coming on here and spitballing. And I'll even admit I very clearly remember the first time I was, on your show, and we got pizza and beer, and we're just sitting there like, and I'm like, oh my God, like all these people are gonna see me eating and drinking, and all those little insecurities just start flowing into your head. It's like, nope, it's just two friends talking about life. That's the let's talk about it show. We're talking about our life experiences, and there's nothing wrong with that. Which is why, coming in today, like having this is my third show. Um, it's not something that I overthink or stress about anymore, because I've exposed myself to this environment now and realized that, there's nothing much to it, besides we can come out the back end with, new new ideas to talk about, or that we have talked about, and how can we apply that to our lives. So I do greatly enjoy being here for that.
I'm glad. I am very, very glad to hear that. It means a lot.
Yeah, of course.
Wow. This was great. Great session, life lessons, some funny stories, just like overall wholesome moment. I mean, I think this is a perfect way to end it. Like, y- you know, what would you like to say? Like any final thoughts, anything you like to say?
uh Nothing, really nothing much else comes to mind outside of, the stuff I just spat out. I really look forward to what you'll do in the next 2 years. I think it's incredible that, here we are. I can only imagine how many new followers and listeners you've had since just the last time we've chatted. And who knows, maybe you'll be the next Joe Rogan podcast. You'll have You're signing $200 million deals for Spotify to let you talk to your best friends.
Yeah,
But I really think it's a great thing that you're doing here. And I just, whenever you want to talk next time, just, bring me along, bring the old gang along, right? We're talking
yeah,
about bringing them out to Tahoe. Like, let's start off just spitballing on your podcast here, and we can just work from there. But, I look forward to the future.
great. Yeah, thank you for being a part of this. Um, I appreciate you being in multiple episodes, coming back, and I'm looking forward to more episodes like this. This isn't just like the end of this. Like like after this special, this isn't going to be the end of it. There's going to be plenty of more episodes we're going to do, and then we'll just look back at it.
Sounds good to me. Just anytime. Anytime you can call me. So
Sweet. Maybe I'll come up with some new segments. I got some things brewing.
you got some things, Brown?
Yeah, I can't really
Any
say it,
no
but
spoilers?
nah, no spoilers. It's just going to be better than what others think, you know.
I like it.
Yeah. Well, thank you, Daniel, so much for being a part of the show for today's special.
Yeah.
Thank you so much for listening to today's LTA show. I'm your host, Felix, and have a great rest of your day, and we'll see you in the next episode.